I like to picture Jesus as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over them mountains?
What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Hello, and welcome back to the Minkblot Filmcast. Been a while. I've been away for a little bit, but now I have a new guest with me. This is my pal Xavier. Xavier, what is your last name that you want people to know you by? You have several.
Piar.
Piar. All right, Xavier Piar. He is my English homie. That is we met at a mutual retail location, and we just talked ever since. So we're watching a movie. So I'm gonna refresh everyone because it's been a while since I did the last Minkblot whatever. So this podcast originally is when I went to go to theaters to see movies that like already came out like recently and then talk about them afterwards with whoever. It's hard. I don't like all the movies that are coming out. We're just fucking watching movies, whatever. So it's gonna be, I watch a movie with a person. Now it is Xavier, and then we'll go from there. So, fucking, that's it. This is the podcast.
Oh.
That's also the podcast. I got new stuff, and it kind of works. Whatever. Who cares? So, what did we watch, Xavier? What did we just spend 2 hours doing?
We watched First Man.
Nice. What's it? Who's that about? What's that thing? Oh yeah, right. You brought a framed picture of him.
It's a movie about Neil Armstrong.
Yes. An American hero.
Yeah. Well,
You can't say that.
I
You
say
got a flag on your arm,
I
dude.
I say that because actually one of the things that funny enough, of all people, Buzz Aldrin criticized was that there was no American flag in the movie.
Oh, yeah, there was a little
isn't.
bit.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, when the kid's pulling it up.
Well, yeah, but for
Not on the moon.
But on the moon there is none.
Right.
And it was
Talk
because
a little closer to that too.
I'm sorry.
I just don't know how.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
You're good. I'm just keeping you aware.
But one of the things that he criticized was there was no flag on the moon and all that. There was no sense of, because there never was a sense of patriotism when they went there. It was like we all did it as the planet, you know, everybody did it, not just like America. Like if you look at the patch,
right,
there's no American flag in the patch.
Right.
It was because they didn't want that.
It's like a human thing.
So that's why I left the whole, American hero.
Right.
But of course, he's
and of course
American.
Buzz Aldrin's the one that's like bitching about that, and he's they put him in the movie. He's just like bouncing around like towards the he's just like fuck you, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you about that. So Buzz Aldrin, his portrayal, the character in the movie. So the movie directed by Damien Chazelle. Ryan Gosling plays Neil Armstrong. That's Claire Foy is Neil Armstrong's wife. That's about
Janet Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Janet.
I gotcha.
Sorry to his children. Apologize. But I was gonna say. So Buzz Aldrin, how is that like? Is he as dickish
Yes.
in real? Yeah. From what you've read.
Well, if you watch and if you watch interviews, if you see him, if you read about him, he was a dick from day one.
Yeah.
He was
A dick from day one is also the title of my memoir.
As soon as he came into a room, he wanted everybody to know how smart he was.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he was a dick. And they weren't even that good friends, Neil and Buzz.
Right.
And he always wanted to give his opinion about everything. And,
Well, and even at like the funeral and like when people are like grieving, like he's never he's like on the opposite end of the emotional spectrum of like he's not gonna feel like anything. Yeah. And whereas like Neil would feel his feelings, but he wouldn't actually like let them out to like interrupt what he's doing.
Yeah,
so.
But he also was actually very, very, very jealous of Neil being the first one on the moon.
Oh, from that character type jealous? What are you talking about?
No, seriously. On the book, actually, he
Makes a lot of
on the book that is based on the film.
Yeah.
There's actually a whole thing, almost a whole chapter on how Buzz fell off the pram and started kicking and taking his ball and going home about why I'm not the first
Being
one
a
to be on.
bitch boy about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Neil was like, if you want to go first, I don't care. So
that's the worst.
But
thing
but that's the reason why they made Neil one of the first. It was various
because he was a better person.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So there was the technical
Makes
aspect of it just because of where he was standing.
Yeah.
And if he had the pack and all that, it was just
Right.
difficult to have this guy move to this side and then switch over and get the guy out.
Right.
But also just because they knew Neil was not going to be a show-off after the mission. And he never was, actually.
Yeah.
Neil
They
was
picked,
very
like,
reclusive.
the right guy.
Yeah, so they wanted a guy that was going to be humble about it. And
Right.
Bus wanted to be a rock and roll star.
Well, yeah, and you can tell that through like the interviews and everything in the actual movie. Because I was gonna ask you like, I guess I should ask like your thoughts on the whole how it was presented, like the timeline. You said his daughter passing was a little bit. Quick.
Yeah, it was a lot. In the movie, the way they presented her passing was very quick.
Yeah.
And if you
it almost started off with that, like that was like the first.
and I keep coming back to the book because the book is what the movie is based on. And
well, it's good that I have you in here with that knowledge.
I don't. It was a long period of time before she passed away. But they skipped.
It cuts in on like she's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but they skipped a lot of things. They skipped the. When he was in Korea, a lot of stuff happened to him. A lot of stuff happened to him when he was training and. So, and of course you have to do it because it's the film, You're not going to keep someone there for 4 hours.
We were there for 2 hours, and that was like...
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So, yeah, that they had to cut it a little bit, but they definitely cut out a lot of stuff.
But you said, like, it was almost, like, 99% accurate.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. That movie...
In terms
everything.
of specifics.
To the specifics, like I told you when we were watching, is like down to the little piece of hair that sticks out of his Snoopy hat.
Yeah.
99% of the film is on point accurate. The only thing that spoiler, I guess, is that
he goes to the moon.
Is the
he gets there. Sorry.
The only spoiler is the
you
whole
had 50 years.
The whole bracelet thing.
Yeah.
So there's.
They got their warning.
There's documented that he didn't disappear, but he went off communications for about 10 minutes.
Right.
And he went to the Little West Crater. What people don't know is what he did there.
Right.
So each astronaut had a PPK, which was a little. I know the PPK, right?
Because when you said that he left for 10 minutes, the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. Right. Okay. But anyways,
there's only so many times you get to do that on the moon. You know what I'm saying? And his
well, actually,
PPK,
I got a good story for you. I got a story on that for you. But anyways, each of them
might not want to hear it. But continue.
Each of them had a little storage thing that they had like personal items in it.
Yeah.
So when James Hansen was interviewing Neil for the book, he was gonna show James the list of his items on the PPK, but never showed him that.
Okay.
So they asked Neil's son. They asked him, "Do you think that happened?" And he said, "I don't know." Because he never.
Very helpful.
Neil never told anyone if that was true.
It makes sense. I get it.
And in my opinion, like I told you earlier, I had two opinions about that. It may have happened, but I also think if you read about Neil and as obsessed as I am with Neil, I don't think he did.
No.
Because he was very mission-driven, very goal-driven. That he was like, I think he would have thought that's probably a waste of time, and that's not what I'm here for.
Right.
So that's what I think about that. Yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Well, he was very like business over family. Like even though he did have love and like admiration, and you could like see it, and obviously with the whole like bracelet thing, like even if it's embellished, like he kept the bracelet. I'm sure like there's enough around it to make it be like this guy cares about everyone he loves, but he doesn't really want to like let anyone know. And just like bury himself in this work and like sort of I don't know if it's like him making a name for himself to like prove to them that he's worth it or like
I wouldn't say that because
I don't want to like dissect his psyche, but like I mean we did just watch a biopic on him, so
Yeah.
But
And the other thing about that movie is that people think it's a movie about the landing, and it's not. The movie's
it's about him.
It's
for
about
sure.
him.
For sure.
It's
For
about
sure.
him. Like the whole landing thing. What is 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And the movie's what 2 hours and 20 minutes long. So
And it's not like everyone didn't know how it was gonna end.
Yeah,
Like,
precisely.
In a way, like you kind of went in knowing like, all right, he's probably gonna get to the moon.
Right.
It's probably gonna happen somewhere
Right.
towards the end.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how
Yeah.
this happens.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of see the whole process, and you're like, oh, I was gonna ask you. I'm glad I remember this because I didn't mention it through the whole movie. Astronaut wives. What's going on with that shit? Do you know anything about that? I heard some shit.
What do you mean?
Not necessarily his wife, because obviously the way they portrayed it didn't seem like that was necessarily the time for it. But like apparently, a lot of astronauts that I've heard, I don't know if this is completely true, but I know there's like a TV show about it. But like because of how dangerous and how many like casualties there were, like they were like basically swingers in a way of like everyone would like build this like community and like share some things. I don't know. I just want to
share. Hang on. Share some things like share each other.
That's
absolutely not.
That's okay.
That is have to be bullshit.
I don't know anything about it. I feel like I've heard about that, and like that movie definitely disproves whatever I'm thinking of with that.
I think it's 100% bullshit. Okay. Just because their lives were so public that it would be absolutely impossible for it to not to know about that.
It could have just been a show that I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can see how it's a good story, but it's definitely bullshit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely bullshit.
That's fine. I just figured I was keeping that because I didn't want to ask that in there and then have like a whole thing. But also like, there's not really much to that.
No, there isn't. It's bullshit. That's it. It's over.
All right.
But the other thing I was telling you about though, the thing that I told you that you didn't notice in the whole film.
Oh yeah. Bring that up.
So every time he was looking at the moon.
Yeah. You would have
it would be
far,
grin on
your
then
face.
It would be closer, and then it would be closer, and then it would be closer. The moon would get closer to each shot that it had.
Oh, okay. Because like when you looked at it after the crash, it was like bigger in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's really good.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Every time, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's like okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
Every time that it got closer.
All right, Mr. Movie Guy. I see your point. You like space and movies. Yeah. Fucking give you a medal. Ooh. I was trying to think of like what astronaut medal would get. What do they get?
I think it's called the astronaut medal. Actually.
You're welcome.
Something like that. Astronaut medal.
I'll get you one.
Honor. Sure.
It's just for you. But I mean, other than that, performances. How'd you feel about everyone's portrayal of the characters? Because I feel like you. Like reading and like learning about them beforehand and then watching this, I feel like you're almost like testing everyone because you kind of already like know more or less what everyone's about.
Yeah.
So how did you feel?
I think Ryan was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
my boy.
I've watched so many hours of interviews with Neil Armstrong that he was on point. Everything about. Because Neil didn't like talking to anybody. He didn't like talking about anything, and just the way he was he presented that reclusive thing that I don't want to talk too much. You know, that was like really the shaking. Cool.
Like I said it a couple times. Like you could like see him like vibrate, and that's like just him.
I didn't notice that till you pointed it out for the first time. I never noticed that.
Dude, it's crazy. That kind of shit when you're like an actor thinking thoughts of your character to get an emotion out.
Yeah.
Like that's the job. Like that's at the highest level. Like that's like if you're hired as like a window washer at like a 1-story thing, that's like it being an extra. He's like on the fucking high rise. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
that was deep.
That's I just thought of that analogy.
That was fantastic. Write that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're talking to microphones. I don't need to write shit.
That was great.
But you got
Buzz Aldrin, definitely as a dickhead.
Yeah.
Janet, that was pretty good. I mean...
Dude, Claire Foy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen her in like one other thing. I knew she was in that...
Wasn't she in The Crown?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, she was. She's the
She's
the
in,
queen.
She's the queen
in The Crown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
okay,
and I think in the second one or the first one.
She's in that new Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Spider's Web thing, the girl in
I
the
haven't,
spider's
you know,
web.
I haven't seen those.
It
'cause
just
I-
looked like an
I've
action
seen the, I've
movie.
seen the Norwegian ones. I've seen those.
Oh, the
those are
ones
the best ones.
that like the original.
The original ones.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are amazing.
Well, because the new one, at least the Dragon Tattoo is David Fincher, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They changed the girl. I don't keep up. But-
I think Jim Lovell could have been better.
Yeah.
though.
The dude was that the guy that died in the Hull, the engine fire?
No,
thing, or what are you
no,
talking
no. Jim Lovell at the
Oh,
party.
Kyle
at the-
Chandler. You
at
like
the-
Kyle Chandler.
Who?
The guy, the Dick, whatever his name is.
Oh, Dick Slayton,
Yeah,
the guy from Buffalo.
Yo,
yeah.
Buffalo.
Jim Lovell is the guy that at the movie when Neil is talking to one of the senators, and Jim Lovell just kind of twists it around just because, and he's like, "Oh yeah, come meet, Gilruth or whatever his name was."
Right.
Yeah, I thought that could have been better if you
Yeah.
if you watch Jim Lovell talking. I thought that could have been done better.
A little lack of any sort of empathy at all.
I think you should have watched Tom Hanks a little bit more because Tom
Oh,
Hanks
yeah.
definitely did a good Jim Lovell.
Okay.
What
Oh wait, we may not be talking about the same guy.
do you mean?
Am I thinking? I think I'm thinking of the guy that's like above Dick, whatever his name is.
You're thinking about Robert Kraft? No, that's not the guy I'm
probably-
talking
okay.
about. Yeah.
I had the wrong guy
Yeah,
in my
no,
head.
I'm talking
You're good.
about in the party. Yeah, in the party scene when when Apollo 1 astronauts, they have their accident. Neil is talking to one of the senators, and Neil is
that
saying
guy.
something stupid.
Oh, right,
like
right.
off like not good for the PR.
Yeah.
And
He's like a
and-
slim dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
what you're
and
talking
he is also in the scene where they're in Gemini and they're starting to spin. Jim is in the Capcom with the other astronauts too.
Yeah. No, I know what you're
that
talking
could have
about.
been done better, I think.
Yeah.
I think everything was on point. Really, I really do.
Did you suspended your disbelief relatively well, like through the no, after like first viewing, like you saw. So you're not a movie theater guy, but
No,
you
I
did
hate
go
it.
see this in the theaters.
I couldn't wait. Yeah.
That so first experience compared to now. How would you say it's compared?
I found it kind of weird. It was all because I knew, this again shows my obsession with Neil Armstrong is that
Well, this is why I brought you here.
everything I was watching,
Yeah.
I knew what was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
I knew what he was gonna say. I knew what he was gonna breathe, when he was gonna breathe, and all. I mean,
Right.
to that level of, I guess, obsession.
For like a normal person going in to see what happened before the moon thing, you were going to see if they just got it right. Like
yeah,
that's-
exactly. That was
It's
like,
like,
let's
let me
see how
this
let's see how good you got.
These
No, yeah,
fucking
that's
pieces of shit. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you did a good job.
No,
Okay,
they
all
didn't.
right,
They didn't. I mean, I think the way
Damien Chazelle, man.
the way the film starts, it's just it's in
Dude,
your
that's what I'm
face.
telling you.
The way
That
the fi-
first scene,
it just starts in your face.
yeah,
It starts right.
grips you.
Everything happened. I mean, even the altitude where that happened,
Yeah.
that was the same altitude. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. I mean, it's amazing. But I still don't get bored of watching that film.
Oh yeah.
I really don't, because I just love, I just love the whole story,
Yeah. Well, because I told you I haven't seen Apollo 13, and then you were like,
which is shocking.
fuck.
But
Which I understand, though.
something interesting about that.
Oh,
and
for space.
when you watch Apollo 13,
Yeah.
and now that you've seen this,
Yeah.
it's like, since you like this, it's like watching.
Yeah.
It's like watching. Not Batman Forever. That's a bad. It's like the Tim Burton Batman
yeah.
versus this.
Right.
This is really dark,
Yeah.
and the other ones are more comicish.
Right.
Apollo 13.
It's not more comical. It's more.
It's not comical,
That's
but
what,
it's
I
like.
didn't think that's what the analogy
I mean,
you were making.
they're accurate in a lot of things
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do too. But it's like, for example, when they take off,
Mm-hmm.
when the Apollo 13 takes off, it's blue, sunny skies.
Yeah, more lighthearted.
Everything is quiet.
Yeah.
There's no shaking.
So is it?
And then you
Is
watch.
it a thriller? Would you say, or is it like just?
No, it's
like
it's
a
a drama suspense thing. Yeah, but like when you
That
watch.
was a thriller.
Yeah,
That's
but-
like
But that's what I'm saying. Like you watch this, and when they're taking off.
yeah, like all
The
shaking
whole
and everything.
shaking and
Yeah.
and when they're walking down the catwalk, right? And the thing is
Oh,
that and the
dude.
lights are shaking.
That's the one thing. The POV shots in this movie, that like no other movie. Maybe other movies that I can't think of, but this movie like literally puts you in his shoes, like almost no other biopic I've seen.
That was the whole point.
That's like because of the like how many like point of view shots and just like like everyone's like looking at the camera and he like looks around and looks up and there's like the things swaying. That shit. And then when he walks out into the moon like that. And then the sound with everything.
Yeah, no, that's when.
Dude, it's the POV stuff. That's what gets you into it.
When I told you I met James Hansen, the guy that wrote the book, and he said what Damien and Giselle and you know the and I guess the
everyone
screenplayers they wanted to put you in the seat as you were Neil Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did, and I think it's absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
It's really unreal, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get bored of it.
Definitely.
And what you were saying about the whole thing when he's coming down the stairs and all the steps and all that, it's just I love that because when I was in the cinema and they did that they opened the hatch and all of a sudden
yeah. Dude, without the no sound, cuz it's like
if they had music, it wouldn't have been as good.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even if it like music would have started to like even if they would have done that and then they like started to like creep in music, like they could have easily like given you that and then like brought it back to where it was, but they like held on it for like minutes. And it's just like he's just like walking down and you like hear his breath.
That's
and
all
it's
you
like
hear.
that's like you just hear the conversation and it's like it's I think the best word I can think of is like it's a very like fragile moment that like okay, we're here. This is going well. Let's hope it doesn't go not well, but like this is what's happening, and it's like it's almost like unbelievable in the moment because you're like how many times it didn't work to get there, and you're like, all right, I just need to be calm and like you can tell it was that sort of energy.
Now that you say that, one of the things that scare me is the whole thing that they're trying to they want to go back to the moon in 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't
What if
want.
the bracelet's there?
Is this? Well, I would like because he left the camera back there.
Oh yeah,
Neil did. But one of the things that does is like, it's not that I don't want to, but it's like I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't know. I think it'll be ruined.
What,
almost.
going back to the moon?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta set up a colony.
I
or
know,
something.
but it's just I somehow just
You keep it so sacred. That
Yeah,
you're like,
I wanna-
it's a place of worship now. don't even touch it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The moon is your church now.
And even then, like I was also thinking about this
that's
the other
very
day.
hip. That's a very hip position nowadays.
Well, I guess
The moon being your church. Like, dude, did all these girls with like moon signs? Granted, I don't know if it's real or not, but like, shit's coming up. So
shit's coming up.
you know, you haven't heard about moon signs?
What do you mean?
Like
moon
the
signs?
phases of the moon? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Isn't that just witches?
No, it's well, I guess it's sort of in that era,
Moon
but it's
signs.
like no, it's like what is it called? Like earth signs, like you're like Cancer. Taurus,
Oh yeah, okay.
Like that's like
astrology,
that stuff.
astrology, or whatever.
It's the moon, you know. These are all the woo woo stuff.
What's
Yeah, you've never heard about moon signs.
I guess I'm ignorant.
I'm new, so I shouldn't judge, but you know, I don't accept it.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
Well, join the club.
Okay, sure.
That's
yeah.
it. No, you are though, because you don't want people to go back to the moon. So you would like. That's what I'm saying. You are sacredizing the moon as these people are. That was my point. That's why we're talking about this.
Well, I mean, I guess
We gotta set up a home base on
yeah.
the moon if we're ever
But
gonna
here's
go
something
anywhere
else.
else.
Here's something
That's all I'm
else. Here's something else that always bothered me, and I think I actually saw some conversation about it, but I can't remember what they said.
Mm.
But the camera that they used
It's
to
a Hasselblad.
no,
I
not
knew
that
that.
camera,
Oh.
the TV camera.
Oh, okay.
It's black and white. The quality of it is not unreal.
Yeah.
Right. And
I mean, that's
and-
saying something, but yeah.
but they definitely had better cameras.
Yeah.
Than they did back then. But I think it
Are
was
we getting
because
into conspiracies? Is that what
no,
you're bringing
no,
up?
don't get me started on that. That genuinely pisses me off.
I figured. I didn't want to say anything.
People that I just
Yeah.
don't. You should be paying for oxygen.
Read up on it.
What?
You know, not you, like them.
Them. Yeah, they should be paying for oxygen.
Yeah.
I think, because I just can't.
Sorry, we have this new oxygen tax. We're gonna need you. $30.
Yeah. But what did you think then about it? The whole film?
Oh, it was great. No, that movie is like, that movie. I just think like I said, any of Damien Chazelle's movies. I know you're not a big fan of La La Land, but even like, literally every one of his movies makes me either want to like do some shit.
Yeah, Whiplash
or
wants to make
cry.
me play drums.
Dude, it's like, it just like in this movie, it's like it just makes you want to like do your best, and you're like fucking. But I want to love my family too, because like he didn't, he's missing out, and you're like, it just like it gets you. These are movies that get me going. That's, I think, the best way
I'll
to
tell you this.
describe that.
When I watched that movie,
It's so good.
you know, when I watched that movie,
Yeah.
you know, I was just starting to fly,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah, that was around like the
that's when I
starting.
started to get my license,
Mm-hmm.
and when I watched it, I was like, you know, this guy makes me want to be a little bit better when I get into the cockpit of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
It really does, and I mean, I guess that's what I like about the movie, because there's not that many interviews of Neil. There isn't. He didn't talk to many people, and that
Dude,
makes
he talked to his kids like he talked to reporters.
Yeah.
That is so sad. It's like funny and also like, this dude's going through a lot. Like,
I don't know if it's sad. I think it's just.
how is that not sad?
Well, I just think he did.
You can't communicate to your children.
Well, I don't think he couldn't. I just think he didn't know how.
Well, right. That's fair.
You know, I just think.
But that's not sad.
Well, I guess it is.
That's what I'm saying.
But his skits understood it though.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
They even talk about it to this day. It's not that they were mad at him. It's just how he was.
No, I get it. I'm not saying that they're mad at him. I'm just saying the whole situation is sad, and I think you agree with me.
I guess.
But you're like, I don't know if we're arguing. I don't think we're arguing.
I don't think we're arguing. I just gotta defend Neil on this one.
My whole point is that I feel bad that he can't express his emotions to his children, because if anyone you would express your emotions to, probably it would
It definitely wouldn't be my kids.
Well, no, it wouldn't come out.
A 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And you're about
I'm gonna tell them, hey, I might go to the moon. I probably will explode on the way there.
Hey guys, get over here. Get over here.
Yeah.
There's some shit going down. I might not be back. So figure out some shit.
Yeah, you
Make some
definitely want to tell it
fucking-
to your 7 or 9-year-old.
Makes it that's what I would say. I would be real like fucking nonchalant. Like I'm gonna go to the moon. It might not work out. You know how to make ravioli. It's fine. Just fucking figure that out. Just open a can and you're good. I don't need to be here.
But yeah,
That's my Neil.
I'm sorry, but I agree with him on that one. I think it's. I mean, that
You
conversation.
treat your children like
that-
business.
Well, no.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're saying, but it's a 7-year-old, Connor.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
what-
7 and a 9-year-old. You want to have a life-changing conversation with a 7-year-old.
No, but I at least
It's
expect
just
you to
between
like
him
shed a tear.
pissing himself and
Shed a tear and hug him. He didn't even hug his one son. He shook his hand.
because his son wanted to shake his hand.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that's not sad. I think that's my overall point, is that it's just maybe not sad, maybe tragic is a better word.
That's worse than sad.
But it's like, it is what it is, which is why it's tragic. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yes.
is the way it is, and you can't change it, and that's unfortunate. But the way it is, and I feel like that's what tragedy. That's explaining tragedy in a way.
I guess.
I don't want to be right. Whatever. Who cares?
Right. Okay.
What
Fine.
else? Is that it?
Um,
Do you have any other thoughts? I mean, we've been going for like half an hour, so I feel like this is. I mean, I'm sure
don't
you
know.
can speak
I-
forever.
I could, but
I know you're trying to be entertaining, trying to.
yeah, I don't know.
You're trying to chuff it up? I don't know if
I might get too into too many details, but yeah, no, I think.
Do you have any closing thoughts? I think this might be a good time to.
closing thoughts?
Yeah, you can have closing thoughts, and then we're gonna get a rating. You don't. It doesn't.
Closing
have,
thoughts.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about the movie is that if you are not even in, I mean, my interest with not just Neil, the Apollo program and all that stuff is their story, and just because I'm a pilot and I want to be like them, I want to be like these guys.
For sure.
I don't think I have that much interest in space. I really don't.
It's much scarier, in my opinion.
I think. I mean, if someone asks me, do you want to go to the moon? I would be like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. But seriously, I would.
Someone floats.
But
the
I don't
offer
think I
out.
want to go there just because it's the moon. I guess it's just the challenge, and that's what I
Yeah.
like about them. Is just the challenge that I all went through.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you're a person that are not even don't know anything about them or don't know anything about NASA, all that,
Right.
I think it's a great movie to watch.
Yeah.
To watch,
Like an information.
to understand how all worked.
Right.
Without getting too much into details, because there's a lot of details.
Yeah.
But I think
kind of
it's
it
hits the right points of the challenges to go through.
Yeah.
Like that when they're doing the LLTV, the machine that I gotta talk about that.
Dude, that's the thing. And
when
then
he's explaining that,
back?
and he 2 seconds away from exploding, he ejects and takes off. So what I was gonna tell you, because you were asking me, if that was landing on the moon was easier than flying that.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
I figured.
Neil said that the
sense.
best practice for him to land on the moon was using that,
Yeah.
and landing on the moon was easier than flying the machine.
Oh, 100%.
So
I would imagine.
it was good practice.
Yeah.
I think so. I think if you're a person that wants to know more about the history of NASA and Apollo 11 and Neil Armstrong and all that stuff, that's a good movie to watch, just because it won't get too much in depth to the whole thing, but enough to get you interested in giving you the facts. I think so. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and then it definitely I know we glossed over the whole conspiracy thing, but this it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess if you can craft a conspiracy theory where there's a bunch of different ins and outs that go your way of doing it, this is the response of well, maybe it happened like this. And then maybe it just sort of happened. And then we're just doing things now.
Something that Neil said, and not only him, a lot of the other answers have said the same thing. It's
I just felt like we had to address it.
Yeah, you got to address it, yeah. First of all is, why would they would have faked it, another 10 times after that, And conspiracy theories are enticing, they're exciting, and people love the what if and all that stuff. I think
that's why people like movies.
But it's I think it's not possible to fake something like that. I mean, making the little video of landing on the moon, I mean, of course, for fuck's sake, Wegmans did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's you can't.
With Neil deGrasse Tyson, what he was saying that I heard, that, I mean, I don't know how much you align with his views. I know he could be a little weird.
He
sometimes.
can be a little bit of a twat, but I actually like his show.
Yeah, the main thing he was saying is that how would you be able to convince so many people, and how are you able to talk to so many people, and their lives were just straight up changed by this whole thing. Yeah. And it's just no, that didn't happen. That dude is a different guy because his wife or that girl is a different girl because her husband died.
I mean, the only time I've ever liked Buzz Aldrin is the one time that he punched that guy, Bud Cybrel or whatever his name is. I think that's the only time I ever liked him. So
that makes sense.
And a rating? I mean, obviously, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
I have to.
Perfect score. This is a perfect film for you? Would you say that? I'm telling you.
There's a few films there's a few films in my life that I can say there are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
One is that.
Yeah.
The other one is definitely Jurassic Park.
Okay.
No, Jurassic Park, I guess I could give it a 9.5.
What? This is better than Jurassic Park?
In my opinion, it is. But
I mean, you are wearing a massive jacket.
Yeah. 9.5 Jurassic Park. So this is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's just,
that's crazy.
I think it's the accuracy. That's what I respect about the film. There was nothing in that film that was wrong. Everything was, even the watches they were wearing, you know, everything.
Well, yeah, you were saying their costumes and everything.
Everything is on point.
Yeah.
So I guess because of the accuracy, like I told you, I went to watch that film to see how right they did it.
And just mood, and movies are supposed to make you feel some shit, and every time I watch that, it's fucking. When he just drops it, and you're like, oh, so good.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, closing thoughts, it was very good. I like Ryan Gosling a lot, and Damien Chazelle could direct some bullshit, and I would watch it. So
I would love it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I want him to make some bullshit because he hasn't, and I would love to see the fucking Big Lebowski of Damien Chazelle. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like when. A weird outside movie. He hasn't done a weird.
I thought you were saying a
movie.
remake of The Big Lebowski.
I'm not saying the remake. I'm just saying.
By the way, La La Land, it sucks.
You can have your opinion, and that's fine. I don't think it should have won an Oscar. It's not very good. It's good to me. I enjoy.
Whiplash, That's a great movie.
We're gonna get in the weeds too much. My rating, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. Just because I can't. It's so hard to give things 10 out of 10 for me. Just because, like, these are 10 out of 10. But that's only because, most likely because...
2.5.
Yeah, I know your opinion. I don't need all of it.
I'll give that an 8.
That's
a 2.5.
You know, that's fine. And you're British, so that counts for something. You're skewed.
Yeah, I give him the 2.5 because of Michael Caine.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching Chris D'Elia. Do you know Chris D'Elia?
Who's that?
He's
a drink?
He's a comedian.
Oh.
No, but he was on his podcast. No, he was talking about Michael Caine.
Crystal Light.
Crystal Light. That's funny. But no, he was talking
that's
about...
my joke for the night.
Yeah. He's talking about Michael Caine, and he's like, you know what? He didn't even read a script. He's just like, you know what? I'll do it. And he's like, he doesn't even look at it. He just signs the paper. Just, I'll do it.
Listen, Michael Caine has built a career out of his Cockney accent since the 60s. He's not even that good. It's just the way he says things.
Dude, it's great. It's amazing. He's a perfect Alfred because he's just that British.
I mean, you seen the Italian Job?
Yeah.
You were only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy of England. We were talking about that
he's
guy.
He's the Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
He's the Steve McQueen of England.
Mm-hmm. And he's still fucking...
He's great.
Killing it.
I want to see that movie, The Dictator.
Oh, yeah? Wait, are you talking about... Wait, which one?
Not the
Sacha Baron Cohen.
No. He made one.
I was gonna say
with Michael.
that
Michael Caine is a dictator.
Oh shit!
And he's like somewhere in the United States. I don't know. I think it's probably gonna be shit.
I was gonna say,
but I still want to watch it.
That sounds good. But speaking of that, I watched The Death of Stalin that came out like last year or 2 years ago.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's so good. It's really good. It was really weird.
Did you watch The Captain?
No, I watched this a while ago though.
But you watched The Captain?
No, I got to.
You gotta watch that one.
Well, as soon as you watch The Lighthouse, I watch Captain.
Okay.
We're done. I gotta stop because we're not even talking about this movie anymore.
Okay, yeah,
so,
we're done.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Do you want to plug your Instagram or anything? I don't know if you want people to know.
I don't know what my Instagram is. I think it's Pilot Sav C or something like that.
Okay, I'll find it.
We'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Whatever.
And long live Neil Armstrong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Minkblots at Minkblots. I'm Minkblot.com. I'm also this YouTube channel you're probably watching this on, or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah. What happened to your face? Did someone punch you?
No, I think I have a cat thing. Like my girlfriend has cats, and I think I may be allergic, and then I scratched it. It's not okay, but it's okay.
Yeah, we should end this now. We're talking about cats.
I also make music. It's Ultra Mink if you want to listen to that. If not, I get it. There's a lot. So is that it? Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This is all you promised.
Yep. This is about it. Yeah, you're the first one with these things. We got a new setup. So if you've made it to this far,
I wouldn't expect any less.
You're patronizing me. I feel it.
Am I?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Whatever. This is over.
Yeah, I think we should end this.
All right, we're done.
I like to picture Jesus as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody! Nobody! Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody!
Well, at least that wasn't weird.